Today I'm in Japan, in Matsuyama, with the Lumix S1RII and the 100 to 500 zoom lens. And today I will test how far this combination can actually go when you do static zooms. We will use the high resolution mode, so there we get something around 176 megapixels. This is just a 33 megapixel sensor that gives you 8K. So imagine 176 megapixels is like so much more. And I will do some static shots. I will put the camera here on the railing and then we will photograph the skyline of Matsuyama, and I will compare how it performs when you do normal pictures versus this high resolution mode on daylight with a tripod or like a static surface. So let's take some shots and then in post we will analyze the shots and see how they compare.
Here you see then photos of Matsuyama. So I use in green the 44 megapixel mode, and in purple this is then the 177 megapixel mode. And these photos are around 1.6 kilometers, 1 mile away, or even a little bit more. And you have to be aware, at this distance the limiting factor is not the camera, it's the air. You have heat rising from the buildings, from streets and from vehicles and air cons, and this is then creating a heat shimmer, which then slightly warps the image from moment to moment. This means in the high-res mode we're merging 8 shots, and because of that the shimmer is changing between those shots and fine lines can turn wavy and messy. So this is something you have to be aware. So it's not the high-res mode that makes then the lines uneven, it's because we are shooting so far away. So the high-res mode is actually not so great if you want to like zoom something further away if it's hot. But if it's colder, it might work. On this day it was 15 degrees Celsius, 60 Fahrenheit. The photos have been white balanced, and you see the normal version and the sharpened version. 44 megapixels is a little bit above 8K and 177 megapixels is a bit above 16K. That's why I think it's pretty clear that we don't see much difference, because this video is just 4K. Here I zoomed in 24 times. On some images you don't see improvement due to the atmospheric shimmering, but here for example you can see that those fences are becoming more structured. Here for example those electric wires, they become more continuous, but then this micro detail gets lost. Here due to atmospheric shimmering the bricks get a little bit softened because this building is too far away. In high-res mode, the building on the right becomes more structured, but on the left details are a little bit deformed. If YouTube does not remove all the details, you might make out the diagonal lines in the high-res mode on the white roof. This is now 10 meters, 32 feet, and you can clearly see how the color noise is reduced while we still have all the detail. Matsuyama and the Ehime prefecture is very famous for its mandarin, so I bought some mandarin souvenirs. We have now an indoor shot, no atmospheric haze. So we are at 500 millimeters, and I sharpened the image extremely, and you can see this little dotted printed pattern that's like symmetrically is visible on the high-res mode on the right, but not on the low-res mode on the left. I hope YouTube preserves the quality and it's visible. So here you see this area that I was photographing with these Japanese sweets, and this is the one where I zoomed them in. So this one with the Mikan mandarin bear. And you can see here, we have here this very tiny Ehime Sweets logo. It's like so tiny, it's like smaller than my fingernail. And this is then what you see on your big screen. So let's see how it looks like when I use a macro lens. Here I'm now on a 150mm macro lens, and I magnified this text, the Ehime Sweets text, which we saw on the high-res mode. And you can see around there are all those little dots that are coming from the print. This proves the high-res mode of the S1RII is actually revealing more detail than when using the normal mode. By the way, it also reduces a little bit of the noise in the shadows, obviously due to the oversampling.